Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today I'm gonna show you two free hit drafts for Double Gaming 33. Now, as usual, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider giving a like and subscribe to this channel. But now let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see from the screen, this is my first free draft for Double Gaming 33. Now, in case you're using the chip, you know that you need to maximize the potential of any chip, especially the free chip. So you want to have a lot of double gaming players. That's because we have the biggest double gaming of the season, double gaming 33. Now we're gonna talk about every positions, every players. If you want to go a little bit different, I think that if you're using this chip, the free chip, you want to go a little bit different, considering that you're gonna have these players for just 1 week. So you want to go a little bit different to try to chase the rank a little bit. Now let's start with the defense, with the goalkeepers. We're gonna have four goalkeepers who are gonna double in gaming 33, and that's Raya from Arsenal, Henderson, Ederson, and Martinez. So from the start, you just need to pick one goalkeeper from these four. Now, if we're talking about who's the best option, in my opinion, obviously it really depends on a lot of combinations. But if we're just talking about goalkeepers, I think that it's really obvious that Raya is the best one, and that's also because Arsenal are the best defense from this list, right? So also the fixtures are amazing for Arsenal, Ipswich away and Crystal Palace at home. So that's a no-brainer if you want to go for Raya. Now in this draft, I have gone with double Arsenal defense. I know that they consider in the last three games they didn't keep any clean sheet in those games, but I still think that they are one of the best defenses in the world at the moment. And I have another draft with two attacking players from Arsenal if you want to go a little bit different. But I think that if I was to play my free this gaming, this is how I would be most likely lined up, as you can see from the screen. So Raya and Saliba from Arsenal. Saliba is the best option you can go from Arsenal. You can go for someone like Kivior if you want to save a little bit of money, but he's the safest one. He's gonna have a little bit of attacking threat because Arsenal are a really good team from set pieces, as we know. And Gabriel is also injured, so somebody needs to take the place of Gabriel at corners and set pieces. Now, also from Arsenal, we have Bukayo Saka, Ipswich away, Crystal Palace at home. Saka, no one is gonna guarantee you that he's gonna play 90 minutes in both of these games. Maybe the more rotational risk game is that Ipswich away because Arsenal are gonna play against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. So for the moment, just let's see what's gonna happen in the Arsenal game and Aston Villa game, and then we need to assess which players are most likely to play this gaming. But Saka is gonna be in everyone's team. Now, as I said before, if you're using your free, you should go a little bit different, but that doesn't mean you need to go completely different. So you need to pick a core of important players, of high owned players, if you wanna call it like that, because you don't really wanna just have just differentials and not great players. Now, obviously, Saka is gonna be probably in everyone's team, but still, he's one of the best options, if not the best, for the captaincy. Also, so yeah, I think that you should have him in your free 33, no doubt about it. But let's continue with the defense. We have also Guardiol and Munoz. Now, in defense, you can go a little bit different if you want. I just think that these three are the best options. You're gonna see a lot of these players in every FPL videos, obviously, but the reality is that they are really the best. Now with Munoz, uh, I don't see a lot of clean sheets. Now Bournemouth at home is a good fixture. Maybe we can see a clean sheet there for Munoz, but we really have him for the attacking threat. So yeah, Munoz is really good one. The same with Guardiol. Hopefully he's gonna play a more attacking role in this double game week. Hopefully Kusanov is gonna be back in that starting lineup for Manchester City. Everton away, Aston Villa at home. The fixtures are just amazing for Manchester City. So I would have these three defenders on my free. Now in midfield, you can make other combinations. Here, I talked about Saka, but now, as you can see, De Bruyne, this is a rare opportunity to have someone like De Bruyne, especially if you're using your fleet. I think that you should just have him. Now it's not gonna be so easy for everyone. For those who are not using a cheap this gaming, to have someone like Kevin De Bruyne, and as I said earlier, this is a really good opportunity to go a little bit different. And we know that De Bruyne could do some big damage in these games. But again, same as Saka, no one could guarantee you that Kevin De Bruyne is gonna start both of these games. But honestly, you can say that also about Foden, about Savinho, about Doku, Grealish. So no midfielder from Manchester City is guaranteed to have two fixtures in the double gaming. So I think that you should. It's a really no brainer to go for Kevin De Bruyne. I think that he's the best option to go for Manchester City, especially for just one gaming. Yeah, maybe he's not gonna start both of them, but still, if he's gonna start at least one and play 30 minutes, let's say, in the other one, I think that's just great. And also, it's the last season for Kevin De Bruyne at Manchester City, so yeah, I would just go with him. Enough talking about that. Now, Eze against Bournemouth and Arsenal again. Uh, Eze is a little bit more like a differential than Sar, and honestly, also I would go for Eze if I had the question who to go, Sar or Eze. I would just go with Eze for the set pieces, for the chance of having a penalty if Mateta is gonna be out. And yeah, Mateta was subbed off also in the last gaming, so yeah, more chances for Eze to get some penalties. The fixtures are okay. I mean, Arsenal away is not a good one, but still, I would target those double gaming players. Now, let's talk a little bit about Rashford. Obviously, he could be someone like Rogers if you want to go a little bit more safe. But again, Rashford is a little bit more like a differential. He's a little bit more expensive, but if you can afford him, let's see if he's gonna start against PSG in the UEFA Champions League. If he's gonna keep his place as a number 9 for Aston Villa in that game in the Champions League, I think that I would be really tempted to have him in my team. I think that he's a better option than Rogers. I know that Rogers scored a lot of points in the last 3 games, but if I had to pick one of Rashford and Rogers, and if I knew that they are gonna get the same amount of minutes, I would go Rashford for the upside. Now, my last midfielder is a single gaming player, Mohamed Salah against Leicester away. Yeah, I know he was really bad in the last gamings. Now he got an assist in the last one, but still, it's really tough to go without Mohamed Salah. I know that I said that you should go a little bit different on your feet, but if Mohamed Salah played against Chelsea, or if he didn't play against one of the worst teams in the Premier League, Leicester, Southampton, and Ipswich, I would just go easily to another double gaming player. Here, as you can see, you could just have someone like Rogers or Asensio instead of Salah if you want to really attack those double gamings. I don't mind it. I think that's a perfect strategy also. But for the ownership, for the safety, for the penalties, and also because he's gonna play against Leicester away, uh, I think that Liverpool could score a lot of goals in that game, and that implies Salah could get into those. Now in attack, I have Mateta and Marmoush. With Marmoush, again, he's gonna be owned by everyone, but there's a good reason. Why is that? Because he's one of the best players, if not the best, for this double gaming. He could be on penalties. Haaland is out till gaming 36 at least, so he's gonna. Uh, Again, we no one can guarantee that he's gonna start both games in this double gaming, but he's pretty much uh, what we can get as a guaranteed from Manchester City. So I think that he's gonna play a lot of minutes in these games. And as you can see in this free draft, I picked him as my captain. Now, obviously, I think that the best options are Saka and Marmoush. Uh, maybe if you want to go a little bit different, he's gonna be a differential captain, but I don't know, honestly. Let's see. The thing is, with Marmoush, I would be a little bit more safe with the captaincy, so that's why the captaincy is on him. And Mateta, I know that he played just 45 minutes in the first game of Gaming 32. But still, I think that he's a great option. He's on penalties, and I think that he's gonna get back into that team, to be honest with you. So yeah, now on the bench, ignore the bench players. I didn't have enough money to have also good players on the bench. That's why I have Dennis. Evan Nilsson, a decent one. Konsa, again. With Aston Villa, I would try to not go with a lot of defenders from Aston Villa because I just think that the fixtures are really bad. Newcastle at home and City away, so I don't really see a lot of clean sheets from Aston Villa. Now, as I said before, you can make a lot of permutations here if you want to go for. Uh, you could go for double Arsenal defense of Saliba and Kivior. You can have, if you don't really want to go for De Bruyne, you could have someone like Ederson. You could go for Watkins instead of Mateta if you have the funds available. Yeah, you can downgrade someone like Salah to Rogers, Mateta to Watkins if you want to. There are a lot of permutation. I think that at the moment, from in my opinion, this is one of the most balanced free drafts. So yeah, it's maybe a little bit template, but also you have some differentials in Kevin De Bruyne, Eze, Rashford. Yeah, pretty much that's it. But yeah, let's see the second one. Okay, now if we go into the second free draft for gaming double gaming 33, as you can see in the bank, this left me with 1.6 million. So you can afford this draft pretty much easily. As you can see on my bench, I have Alison Becker, Eze, Robertson, and Bradley. It doesn't really matter because probably these players are gonna play. So you don't probably you're not gonna need your bench. Sorry, in double gaming 33 because the chances for these players to miss 2 games are a little bit low. Now, yeah, in case that happens, you have on the bench a player like Eze, so that's great. Also, now as I said before, you could go for someone like Martinez. Now this draft contain 2 attackers from Arsenal, so in goal I have Martinez. The backline is the same: Saliba, Gvardiol, Munoz. You could switch that if you want. You can go without Munoz if you really want. You could go for someone like Sar and Eze and Mateta if you really think that Palace are gonna score a lot of goals in double gaming 33. Now, the difference here is that I have Martinelli instead of Raya. So yeah, I think that's okay. If you really want to go more different than the previous one, you can go for double Arsenal attack. I think that the fixtures are great. Ipswich away, Crystal Palace at home. Now the thing is, there could be some rotation for Arsenal too. I just think that if you really want to take a punt, maybe Martinelli is the best one alongside Bukayo Saka. Now you could go for someone like Trossard, Nuanieri, but honestly, or even someone like Merino if you want. But honestly, I would just prefer Martinelli for the upside. Here we have also Rashford. As I said before, Rashford could be anyone. Could be Asensio. Probably not Asensio because he missed 2 penalties in the last game week. But you get my thinking. He could be Rogers if you want to go really safe. But if you want to go a little bit different in this draft, my forward line is Mateta, Marmoush, and Watkins. Now, again, what I said about Rashford is uh, if Watkins is gonna get back into that team against PSG, I would be really tempted to have him in my um, pre-draft instead of Rashford. I think that he could be a great option. Now, probably he's not gonna be on penalties, but still, we need to see who's gonna start against PSG. Maybe both of them are gonna start. So in that case, you can have both of them. But yeah, as I said before, it really depends on how you want to play it. You want to play your free safe. You're really good with your rank, or you are chasing. You want to gain some rank. In that case, you could go a little bit different. Now, still with this draft, I think that's okay. Now, De Bruyne is also in this draft, but again, as I said before, if you really don't want to go for De Bruyne, you could go for Rashford, Rogers, and Watkins, and just have someone like Ederson in goal, which is perfectly fine. Maybe you think that City are gonna keep two clean sheets in this double, and that could be great for you. Now, yeah, pretty much the free draft, you don't have so many players to pick from, obviously because of the doubles, Arsenal, City, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa. We need to choose 11 players from these teams. Now, obviously, as I said before, if you think that a single gaming player could outscore these ones, you're not forced or something like that to go with 11 double gaming players. You can easily go for someone like Mohamed Salah against Leicester. You can even go for someone like Bowen against Southampton at home. Maybe you just think that Bowen against Southampton at home is going to score more points than Rashford, and also Rashford maybe is a minute's risk. So yeah, just go for Bowen in that case. Uh, yeah, but pretty much this is my video. These were my free drafts for Game Week 33. Please let me know in the comments down below what's your opinion, which one you prefer, what changes you would do, and also please let me know if you're using the chip this Game Week. How your team is looking. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.